Maybe you should give yourself an ultimatum, my young lady. Why are you
Okay.
married to a man who's living at his mama's house? What
Yeah.
are we talking about? So this
So
is
the
why I
story.
said situational.
Okay. So the story goes as follows. We're gonna talk about ultimatums. KR, what do you feel about ultimatums? Do you
It
think? Do you
depends
think
on the
a
type of
woman?
ultimatum.
Do you think a woman? I mean, because this is a woman who gave her husband an ultimatum.
Mhm.
Do you think a woman should give her husband an ultimatum?
First of all, it depends on the ultimatum and the situation. Situations are situational. So it depends on the story. I'm not gonna jump off the ship and try to swim. I'm gonna
Okay,
wait
can you
till
give me? Okay, can you give me an example of a situation when it is acceptable and when it's not? Just an example. I want to be sure that I
You're putting me
understand.
on the spot now. Now I need to think on a good one because I haven't thought of one. I don't get ultimatums over here. So
Okay.
for me,
Okay,
it's
so
very hard. It's very
all right.
situational. I
All right.
go with the flow. You know who I am. I go with the flow.
Yeah.
And
I
the
wouldn't
flow is
formulate
usually
it like that. You know who also says it? Wayne Brady. But the story goes as follows.
Wade Brady. Oh man.
The woman is asking, am I wrong for giving my husband an ultimatum to move out of his mother's house?
Maybe you should give yourself an ultimatum, my young lady. Why are you
Okay.
married to a man who's living at his mama's house? What are we talking about? So this
So
is
the
why I
story-
said situational.
Okay, so the story goes as follows. Hi, everyone. I'm a 32-year-old female, and I feel like I'm losing my mind over here. I really need some advice. My husband of 34 and I have been living with his mom for about a year now. The original plan was for us to save for a few months while we saved for our own place. But somehow it's dragged on way longer than expected, and honestly, I can't take it anymore. From the beginning, my mother-in-law has made me feel like a guest in her home, not family. A guest. She criticizes everything I do. The way I cook, wrong. The way I clean, wrong. Even how I dress or how I talk sometimes. She always got something to say. One time she actually told me, I don't know how my son puts up with you sometimes, and then laughed like it was all a joke. It's not just the comments though. She treats me like I'm her personal maid. She'll ask me to do her laundry, clean up after her, or run her errands. And if I don't, she makes these passive-aggressive comments about how I'm too busy to help family. Meanwhile, my husband gets to relax because, according to her, he works so hard. Mind you, I also work full-time and contribute equally to our bills, but none of that seems to matter to her. That's an old school mother right there. MIL right there. The worst part is my husband doesn't see the problem. Every time I try to talk to him about how she treats me, he defends her. He says she's just old-fashioned or that I'm taking things too personally. He keeps reminding me that this is her house and we should be grateful. And I get it. I really do. But how far does that gratitude have to go? This week, I finally hit my breaking point. I told him we need to move out like ASAP, or I'm leaving on my own. I just can't keep living like this. It feels like I'm slowly losing myself in this house and I need to put my mental health first. I wasn't trying to make it a me or her situation, but honestly, that's kind of where we are right now. He's furious. He says I'm being selfish and dramatic, that his mom has done so much for us and that I don't appreciate it. He even said if I leave, it's going to destroy our marriage because he sees it as an abandonment. I don't want to leave him, but I feel like I've done everything I can to make this work, and he's not even willing to meet me halfway. I just feel stuck. Am I wrong for giving him an ultimatum? KR.
This is your own fault. I'm gonna be on victim blaming mode right now. I'm gonna turn victim blamer Super Saiyan. Blamer! I'm just Nah, all jokes aside. This is when you broke date. I don't know what the reason is why you're staying at his mama's place. But some way, I would guess you don't have the funds to find a own home. First of all, or maybe they blew their money at the wedding. Who knows? Whatever choice they made, this is the worst one. You cannot be, so this is the thing. You already thought you misjudged the whole thing because you thought that your mother-in-law you and your mother-in-law would be great friends. I would guess she already was giving all these signals that she didn't like you already way ahead of your marriage. So you moving in, that wouldn't change anything. Usually someone doesn't like your guts, they won't like your guts after you married their kid. So it's not gonna change. It's not like a magic wand. Bing! No, that doesn't happen. So there you already misjudged the whole thing. Then you're staying at, I'll be honest, it's her home. So she's allowed to say what she wants in her home. That's why you don't move in with other people. So all in all, I do think you shouldn't have put yourself in this position in the first place. To put a stop to it, you've basically put up an ultimatum to your husband. The question is, do you guys have a solution? Do you have another place to go to? Are you going to your friend's house? Maybe your friends will tolerate you for a small time, but after that, they're gonna start asking you, when are you that they won't usually. They're not like me. I'm a straight popper. People usually don't tell the truth. They let it drag on until it's broken. And so the question is, where are you going to? Are you going to your friends? You'll run into the same problem. Maybe it won't you won't run against the wall right away, but at a certain point, your friends will also say, hey, when are you moving out, man? You're staying already 3-4 months. You said you're gonna stay for a month or two. It's half a year now. What are we doing? You're eating, you're doing all this stuff. So this is people make the wrong choice, and they keep multiplying wrong choices, making the wrong choice one after the other. And then when they hit the wall, you're asking yourself, how did I end up here? So it starts with, why are you broke dating? You both are broke. Why are you marrying?
Well, I would say a lot. Yeah?
That's 2 cents.
All right. So I would say a lot of people have lost their jobs in the last year. So we don't know if this is something that, we don't know if they married when they were broke, or whether that things happened, that got them broke. I know people who have lost their jobs and they retreat for a better position. So I think that's what they're doing right now, just to say, like, to give them a benefit of the doubt. retreat for a better position, then you go to your mother-in-law's house, and it's clear she doesn't respect you.
Is that retreat for a better position?
That's the intention in any case. Whether that pans out like that, that's a different question.
Okay.
But they are trying to retreat for a better position, right? And so, but the mother seems to be spoiling her child and treating you badly. That's not that uncommon, right, KaiR? Because usually there's like some kind of tension between the mother-in-law and the wife.
Or the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, and the husband.
That as well.
Also,
but that's because they think that you're not good for their child.
Yes, they never realize that their child that they raised is a bum.